For the next 3 years, I became a ghost in his life. I stopped arguing. I even started liking his Facebook posts. I played the role of the dutiful, albeit distant, son. I watched from the sidelines as the peace he claimed to have found began to rot. Tiffany wasn't the adoring muse he'd envisioned. She was young, bored, and viewed my father as a walking ATM. Because he had alienated his old friends to prove how young he was, he had no one left to tell him he was being used. I kept a folder. Not of his sins, those were public, but of his vulnerabilities. I watched his firm's public filings. I saw him take out a second mortgage on the house he bought with Tiffany. I noticed when he started selling his vintage watch collection on private forums. Meanwhile, I focused on my mother. She had been a shell of herself, but then she met Marco. Marco was an Italian architect who had moved to the city for a project. He didn't just love her, he cherished her. He looked at her like she was the sun. For the first time in 25 years, my mother's laugh didn't sound like an apology. My father would see photos of them, Marco taking her to Lake Como, Marco cooking for our family, and he would send me snide texts. Hope she enjoys the fling while it lasts. Men like that don't stay with women her age. I never defended her. I just replied, "She seems happy, Dad. How is the baby?" I knew the baby was a nightmare. I knew Tiffany was spending his diminishing returns on influencer-style vacations he couldn't afford. I knew he was exhausted, working 60-hour weeks at 62 years old just to keep up with a lifestyle that didn't even like him. The cracks were becoming chasms. At a dinner I attended at his new house, I saw Tiffany roll her eyes when he spoke. When he tried to discipline the toddler, Tiffany snapped, "Don't yell at him, David. Go back to your office and make some money." He sat there, staring at his plate, a shell of the man who used to command every room he entered. He was realizing that he hadn't traded up. He had traded his soul for a prison sentence with a woman who had no respect for his history.